This week we're out at Ridge Motorsports Park, which is a good track for me usually, and I think it kind of suits the Yamaha bike slightly, being on the edge of the tire. So I came into this weekend knowing that we could bounce back and claw some points in the championship from the Road America weekend. Yeah, just looking forward to it.
We have been dealing with some rain on our first day out, but no one expected the change of events that was about to put everything on the line. The team was just going through normal procedures to get the bike prepped for the first warm-up, which is critical. This is usually our only chance to get a feel of current track conditions, to test performance, and to allow Matthew to give us feedback on the bike before qualifying. But that plan was about to fall apart.
Easy.
Later we talk. It's that easy.
I told you got to stand on the side of the track, like this.
Okay, you can start it. Okay.
Jacobson just did so. Red flag is out for this practice session, and being told it is Mathew Scholtz that has gone down at turn 5, and you can see Scholtz up on his feet there with the safety worker walking away from the bike. Looks like there's some work to be done by Strack Racing.
But it was up.
So did Vince Smith take him out? Because they called Vince Smith first.
Looks like he just stuck the bus.
Because they called 7-8 first, and then they called down.
They should bring it here, yeah?
Let me go ask.
It's not a, we don't have to park for May. We don't have to tag. Obviously, as you've probably already seen, we had a bit of a crash during the session. You hear over your radio, bike down. You never know who it is. With the way the sessions work, we've got about an hour and a half between sessions with the following session, the important one, qualifying. So, yeah, unfortunately, it was Matt that went down, and then we saw some footage, and the bike wasn't great.
Just waiting for the bike to get back now to assess the damage and see what all we need. We've got body work and stuff, so we've got pretty much everything we need to rebuild it, but just waiting for this bike to get back now. So it'll come back, we'll rip it apart, see what's going on, what's broke, replace what is, and then get it back together and for a couple hours for the race one.
Cresting the hill slightly, you have a neutral throttle over the top of the hill, and you kind of flick it pretty quickly into a double apex left-hander, and for some reason the rear just snapped around on me, and there was no saving it.
Want that back in? You just want to grab that fork. We're going to grab the whole wheel. We're going to rotate. We're going to put it on the stand. Go that way. That way.
You know, I kind of picked myself up, or the marshal helped me get back up to my feet and walked over to the bike, and I could see it was total, man. I mean, the front wheel was kind of bent and had no pressure in it. The handlebars were snapped off, so I knew I wasn't going to ride it back to the pit, and that was the end of the free practice. And, you know, I kind of knew that I screwed up big time at that point.
Just give me a chance to look at the front end and work out what I need. Maybe you can get going on the rear, just make sure it's good.
As it starts to go down, I tried to accelerate just a little bit, and the rear snapped around and just
Are you okay? Like, everything, your seat's okay?
No, the suit's trash. Helmet's trash. I'm gonna have to go to Grover, get the airbag change.
Give me whatever you need, and I'll take it right now.
Your head's okay? Yeah, I'm fine. No, it's so much hang time. I was actually thinking to myself while I was flying that, you know, I should be hitting the ground soon, and it took a lot longer than it should have. So I knew it was pretty big, but fortunate for me, I landed on like the back hump where the spine brace is, and you know, on the back part of the helmet. You know, so fortunately, I took a bit of a ding, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
So the damage on the bike was mainly everything front of the gas tank. All the electronics that sit in front of the forks, you know, the dash, everything the rider looks at, that was all destroyed. Triple clamps, forks, front wheel, brakes, rotors, everything front. So with a big hit like that, it wasn't just a matter of replacing all the parts. We also had to make sure the rest of the bike was straight, the frame was straight, all the inserts for the steering were as they're meant to be.
We need some of that two-part like quick to make sure it's drained below there so it's dry. We just screwed it on the outside and it worked at Podium Club.
In an hour?
Yeah, I mean I would at least get it on there, it's better than nothing.
I mean, JB Wells the best, JB Quick.
Yeah, I think
You have it? Go grab it and I'll drain the tank.
Yeah, and then just get all the paint off there.
Unfortunately, a crash in practice left us with only 2 hours to completely rip the bike apart, replace everything that was broken, and get the bike out on the track in time for qualifying. And initially, we're pretty confident we could make it happen. But the closer we got to that time, the more tense things seemed to get.
You know what time this session starts?
2 minutes.
You know, heading into qualifying, I had zero confidence. You know, I wasn't sure why I crashed. It was massive. I was feeling tight on my back. You know, my head was a little bit cloudy. The bike was still being worked on, even though qualifying had started. So I was just sitting there staring at the bike, wondering if we were going to even make it out in time.
It's right there.
You know, we only got out halfway through the qualifying session, but you know, brought it home in third place on the front row, which I was extremely happy with. You know, I would have been happy with the front 2 rows at that point. I mean, getting up to third on the grid with just a few flying laps was amazing. But without much time on the bike, there was still a question if we were ready to actually make it through the race.
Zero is the same. Extend top. That is 1 step less. Okay?
So, race number 1, Quadlock Superbike. Here we go. Revs are up. We're away. And look at the number 11 of Mathew Scholtz. He is a wet weather specialist too, and he starts to streak away. Is everybody looking for some real estate? But here he comes, Mathew Scholtz, a rider who absolutely, positively dominates in the rain.
So for Matthew, this is a tremendous run from him as well. He is another guy that has had a couple offs, I think, this weekend. Yesterday we had a red flag situation because of Matthew's accident, and just happy to see him up and okay.
What a victory for Yamaha. Mathew Scholtz maximizes his pole vault at 20.
I know I can see you go like this.
Alright, let's get a minute, guys. Gotta make a hole here. Thank you. I didn't change the torque or anything because I couldn't see to change.
Mixed conditions out there. I mean, I talked to you this morning.
Recovery after the high side in the morning, boys. Appreciate it all, guys.
Did you expect a win today? How the way you started off, I did not expect a win.
Mathew Scholtz! Our first Quadlock Superbike podium of the weekend. Let me hear you make some noise!
overall, I think to finish second place after the disaster that we had in the morning session, it was really good. You know, it kind of gives me a lot of confidence back, and I think heading into Sunday with the dry setup, learning from qualifying, we can make a little bit of changes there and carry on picking up pace on the track. After doing a single lap in the morning practice, having one of the biggest high sides we've had in a couple of years, to making it out only halfway through qualifying, to only do 3 flying laps, to qualify third, finish second, we pulled that one out of our asses.
You struggling, hurt you?
I'm fine now, but I'm sure tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up still. Maybe you have to send me to one of the spas again. You know, when I do crash, I want it to be filmed at least.
Yeah.
But when I say I flew for so long, it was frightening how much hang time I got on before I smacked the ground.
Did you see the front wheel?
Is it buckle?
Oh, this one?
Oh shit. Yeah. That's not getting bent back, is it?
No, that's toast.
I mean, I won't lie, I've had so many moments so far this season, I was definitely due to crash somewhere.
Not happening. But yeah, we had to pick it up off the truck because it wouldn't even roll. We had to put a strap on the front and carry it off. It's just crazy.
Muscle it up. I mean, I can keep things exciting for you if you want. Trust me, the last thing I want to do is really end up with the gravel trap again. Day 2 was really the first chance to test out the bike after everything that happened yesterday, but I don't think any of us were prepared for what was about to happen.
So yeah, we went out for morning warm up, and it was just another morning warm up, and then all hell broke loose.
I think it's just carbon black, isn't it? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just like that. Yep. What are they doing? They took the bike again. Where's Dave? It's Dave. They took it again. Oh, don't yell at Jen like I did yesterday.
Swing arm, both wheels, forks. Gas tank had a massive leak in it. Ram air, upper stay, bodywork, complete everything other than the frame and the engine were cooked. At this point, with all the spare parts we already went through, we knew putting this back together was going to be tough.
Okay. Yeah. The water was already leaking after yesterday. Guys, that's what I texted you about.
Worked, I think it was like close to 4.5 hours non-stop on the bike. We didn't feel pressure, we didn't feel anything like that. We just put our head down and do what we had to. And those help.
But I don't know, the crash was pretty strange. It was like, as I hit the gear shift, it lost the front.
Strange.
Yeah, but even before I missed 1 or 2 gear changes. Like it wasn't like the gearbox seemed like a little bit like stiff to get through the gears. No, just front end crash, but it's like one of the fastest parts of the track.
The inside of that was short, even though it was straight, it's healed from like, I guess going up at an angle. Triples in the
Well, at least you choose the best moment to do it. Have plenty of time, it's not race, no points, no quality.
Well, I mean, if we can't get into the race, that'll be a problem.
Unfortunately, we exhausted most of our spare parts in the crash yesterday. So now it was just a race against time, and we were just doing anything we could to make this come together.
Not one single part from here back.
Arturo!
Yeah. If you take your position, in green,
yeah.
back in hell.
here together, feel comfortable, just double checking each other's work. We'll go out in 20 minutes.
I tried to touch it and it blipped, but it never changed, and then I crashed. Okay, so what I thought that happened.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
100%.
what I want to know, that I'm not thinking bullshit. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
I really like that. Once you go black, you don't go back.
It looks really bad.
They've done what they needed to do, now it's up to me to do what I'm supposed to do. Just don't crash it.
Yeah. Be careful of that plug. Yeah. So it'll have just as much power, but you're gonna have that feel.
So it's going to have as much power, but I'm just going to have to squeeze it a little bit more.
Yeah, well, not as hard, but you're gonna feel this where you didn't feel that before.
Yeah.
But you just roll into it nice and slow.
That is what it is. We gotta go.
No, okay,
Yeah.
We gotta go.
When you get a good look at this Strack bike, it looks a little different than it normally does, Greg. Matthew had a big crash this morning, and the Strack team did everything they could to get that thing back together.
It's time for race 2 at Ridge Motorsports Park. Yesterday, Mathew Scholtz went from a crash in practice all the way to second place. And after another crash this morning, it's time to see if he can do it again. So red lights on when they're off for racing. Here we go.
Cam's going to lead into turn 1, Scholtz second. I saw team principal Peter Strack earlier, and he says, Jay, we're going to be lucky to make the grid. And by the looks of that bike, they found a bunch of different parts and pieces together. And Matthew out front. Mathew Scholtz crashes. They put the bike back together. These are his first laps on that motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean, this is really incredible. And if you're joining us, that's why that bike looks a little different. That upper fairing, not with all the colors, but Mathew Scholtz with all the pressure on a motorcycle he is completely unfamiliar with. And the fact that his team got it back out of the racetrack is an incredible feat by the Strack Yamaha Racing team. And still, Mathew Scholtz in his Strack Racing Yamaha looks so composed, even as the motorcycle moves underneath him. Final lap of this one into turn number 1. Scholtz, oh, big touch going down the hill, runs him off the racetrack. Wow. And at the end of race 2, it's Mathew Scholtz in second place.
Hey. That's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Unreal. Unreal.
I think just to get out there for the second race was like something in itself. I went out there thinking that a top 5 would be awesome, you know, and then to lead most of the race, and thank you to the Strack Racing team. I mean, I think this weekend we showed the resilience that we have, and we can come back from adversity, and I think it puts us in great confidence for the rest of the season.
Anybody got anything to say?
Sorry for totaling to one of our